Alright, today we're going to talk about order and comparing rational numbers. So the first thing that you need to do is obviously read what order the question is asking you for. And let's just put a side note here. Remember, ascending is least to greatest. Descending is greatest to least. Second thing you want to do is change everything to a decimal. Okay, the third thing, we're going to line up our decimals, or if you like to put them on a number line. And the last thing, we're going to put them in order and make sure they are in original form. Alright, first example, we're going to go least to greatest. So remember, we've got to put all these numbers into decimal form. So 6.4 times 10 to the negative 3. We just talked about that yesterday. Go ahead and actually type it in. 6.4 times 10, the y-x key, 3 negative equals. Okay, the next one's already in decimal form. 0.9%, all you do is take that number, divide by 100. And 5/7. 5 divided by 7. We're going least to greatest, so we want the smallest number possible. So 0, 0, 0, 7, 0, 4, 0. So we're looking at these two numbers here. 6 versus 9. 6 is obviously smaller, so that will be our first number. I'm putting it back into original form. That one's gone. And then we have our other small number, which was started off as a percent. That one's gone. And then we have two numbers left, so we're getting still least to greatest. 0 versus 7, so 0 is smaller. That one actually was in decimal form. And the only number left was 5/7. Okay, this one is going greatest to least. Remember, that is also descending. So we're going to go ahead and put these into decimal form. So negative 1/2 would be negative 0.5. 314%. Excuse me, yeah, 314% would be 3.14. Remember, just divide it by 100. The next one's already in decimal form. 12/4 is just 3. 3.01 times 10 to the second, you can just type that straight in your calculator, and we're going to come out with 301. And 6.1 times 10 to the negative third is going to give us 0.0061. Greatest to least. So we want the biggest number out here. So the biggest number is obviously going to be a 301. That's a lot bigger than all this other stuff. So that one started off in scientific notation. Okay, so that one's gone. And then we have, look at your positive next. So these three numbers here. So we have 3, 3, and a 0. So go back to your 3 and 3. 1 versus 0, 1's bigger, and that was a percent number to start off with. Then obviously our 3 would be next, which was 12/4. And we only have one positive number left, so that will have to be the next biggest. I'm running out of room, so I'm just going to come down underneath. Alright, remember, these are negative numbers, so the greatest number is going to be opposite of what we originally think. So we have a 5 and a 5, 0 and a 5. If they were positive numbers, the 5 would be bigger. But in this case, since they have a negative, 5 is the smaller one. So we want to go with this one next. So negative 1/2, and only one number left. Alright, I want you to try the next slide on your own. And unpause it when you are done to double check. I'm going to go ahead and convert all these. So we have 1,000. And this says least to greatest, so you should have ended up with 3/4, 152%, 1 times 10 to the third, 5.7 times 10 to the fifth, and 3.5 times 10 to the sixth. If you did not get that right, please make sure you are asking for help. Okay, the next one again, I'm going to go ahead and convert them. And it said greatest to least, so the biggest number obviously is going to be this one here, so we'll start that one off. And then our next biggest number is going to be 9.2 times 10 to the negative fourth, then 9.15 times 10 to the negative fourth, and the last one that started off in decimal form. If you did not get either of those right, please make sure you are asking for help.